people who are in a state of invasion. But yeah, right now, I mean,
welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. It's your boy, Jim Hacking. How's everybody doing? Today is the 23rd of September, the 20th anniversary of my son Ibrahim's birth. Hema turns 20 today. It's hard to believe. I remember when he was born. He's my third son, and we are so happy to have him. What a great kid he is. What a great young man he is. He's a junior at the University of Minnesota, and he's, knock on wood, doing really well. Hopefully he's going to get to study abroad next spring. That would be fun for him and fun for us. I am in Kansas City. I have a bond hearing tomorrow. I don't have one bond hearing. I don't have two. I have 10. I have 10 bond hearings with one judge tomorrow. I represent some Indonesian people who worked at a restaurant that got raided. We're going to try and get them out on bond tomorrow. It's a tough case, tough judge, tough venue, but we'll do our best. We're going to go in swinging. We got some good arguments. I'm excited about our arguments. I'm excited about getting started and trying to help out our clients. Today is, as I mentioned, September 23rd. This is episode number 914 of the Immigration Answer Show. I've got my friend Lady here. She's going to take care of all of you in the green room, in the waiting room. And I wanted to start off with a quote from yesterday, something I said, something I think about a lot. Do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? Some thoughts stick with you. This is one of those. Thanks for sharing your wisdom, Jim. Well, when you turn 55, you get sort of old, you get sort of wise, you know a few things. It's interesting. I was thinking about it too. I'm going into this argument a little bit differently than I used to. So I have mellowed a little bit, surprisingly, but I still get fired up fighting for immigrants, and I still get fired up teaching all you about immigration. So I see our friend Jamal is here. I haven't seen Jamal in a long while, watching from Maryland. And it looks like he's getting ready to get working on his wife's case. Well, Jamal, welcome back. It's good to see you. Haven't seen you for a while. Craig Jones says big ups to all the Artie Searings here. G and Giot is here. Lex wants to know how to get on the show. Let's go ahead and post the link to the waiting room if you want to ask me a question. I'm sure Lady has posted it a few times. Carolyn says, thanks for doing a later show. Makes 5 more pleasant. But bump. I am here. I posted the link. Pilot is here. Hello. Pilot, you're on the air.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I just saw 4 Southwest pilots took the elevator up with me at the hotel.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on my green card so I can also be there.
Awesome. What's up?
So I hope you remember last time we talked
No, I don't.
about my green card of my decision. It's been like 6 months post interview.
I don't remember anything from people that I talked to yesterday.
Okay.
So no.
So let me give you a brief.
Are you driving or flying or anything?
No, sir. I'm just sitting.
All right, cool. Let's both focus. So give it to me quick.
Okay, so I came to United States in 2022 on M1 visa. I got married in December of 2022, filed for I-485 and I-130 with my U.S. citizen spouse. So I got denied for my I-485 in next year, which was 2024 April, because of my birth certificate. I reapplied in July with my birth certificate because they gave me a RFE, but I think I gave them a secondary proof of birth certificate, which was my school mark sheets and transcripts. So that's why they denied my I-485. So I reapplied with my original birth certificate, and till then my I-130 was approved, okay, without any interview. So in in April 2025, I got interview in Orlando, Florida, and everything went well. Nothing was asked, no question, nothing, only just national threat security questions, yes and no. And that was it. We got a verbal approval and said we can expect in 30 to 90 days. It's been like 6 months, no response. And tomorrow I was going to file writ of mandamus with Caitlin Shia with your firm. And today I got notification from USCIS. They just changed the status from interview scheduled to back to cases actively being reviewed by USCIS. So I was just confused. Should I tomorrow file my mandamus still, or what should I do?
When did you file the new 485?
In July 2024.
So it's been on file for
13
17
months.
months. Yeah. and when
6
did
months.
you file the first 485?
April 2023.
So you've been trying to get your green card for 2 years.
It's almost been 3 years and with no green card, sir.
Do you think there's something going on besides your birth certificate?
No, sir, nothing.
Well, I mean, there are people on our lawsuit team who thinks USCIS watches our show, because sometimes right before we get ready to file a lawsuit, they start moving on a case. It's not really true, but that's just what they think, because they would never know that pilot is somebody. But it's totally up to you. Whenever you're ready. Again, I don't put much stock in the online updates. So whatever you want to do is fine with me.
Yeah. So is there any indication they updated it today that a case is actively being reviewed by USCIS? No.
Doesn't mean anything.
So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Tomorrow, me and Caitlin were going to file for mandamus.
Okay, great. Well, just let us know. I think I would keep going, but if you want to save a little money and see what happens and wait another month, there's that too. So whatever you want.
Right now, sir, I'm at stage where right now I really don't care about money. I just care
Yeah.
about my status because I'm
Then
very frustrated.
file that bad boy.
Yes, sir. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thanks. Bye, pilot. See you, buddy. Rana says, headed to Egypt this weekend with the fam. So excited, Jim. I always wondered, what's your favorite Egyptian dish? Haha. Well, I have a lot. So the first time I went to Egypt, I stayed at Amani's aunt and uncle's house with Amani. It was really hot. I remember we didn't have air conditioning in our room, and it was really hot, and there were mosquitoes. But her aunt, Tante Nana, um, she made me the first day. She made me bechamel, which is my favorite. I love bechamel. Then the next day she made hammam, which is like pigeon or doves, pigeons, I think. And so then that second day we had pigeons and bechamel. Then the third day we had kebab hella. So then we had, which is like stewed peppery beef. Then the next day after that we had mashi. So each day we would have all the stuff that we had the previous day. So by the end of the 10 days we were there with them, the whole dining room table was covered with different kinds of food. So it was really good. All right. So I like all that stuff. Bechamel is my favorite, I think. And kofta. I like kofta. I like grilling meat. It's all good. Jenna is here. Hello.
Hi,
Oh.
can you hear me?
Yep. No cameras, Jenna. We're not on camera anymore.
How do I do? Oh, shoot. I don't even know how to. Oh, thank you. I'm so bad with technology. Okay, I'm so sorry. Hi, Jim. Thank you for taking my call.
Of course.
I spoke with you a couple years ago. I had filed a K-1 visa for my fiance at the time. When we had the interview and everything, and then just kind of everything fell apart. And they sent it back to USCIS. Congressman got involved, never got like an answer, but just that whole your case is expired thing. And so I had spoken to you at that point. And then after that, we did get married. And then I filed for a spousal visa, which is about to convert to an IR1 next month. So anyway, we've been waiting for our initial stage at USCIS. And last week we had, well, a couple months ago, they did transfer our case. Then last week we had an action taken. And long story short, they gave us an NOID. So I just wanted to ask you, basically, the reason they gave it was back when we were engaged. He is a father of 3 children. And one of the problems at the embassy was they wanted the mother to come to the embassy in Egypt to, like in Cairo, to give like a testimony, an interview, whatever.
Yeah.
She did go and she did the interview. She signed papers saying the children could leave the country, and they live with my husband. Like they don't, she only sees them occasionally. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So long story short, she did it, but like we basically got denied without a denial.
Well, what does the notice of intent to deny say?
Yeah, so the notice of intent to deny says that they're intending to deny because they refer all the way back to the K-1 visa. And
Okay.
they said that when she came they refer to her specifically, say that when she came for the interview that she was visibly pregnant, and that's why they're intending to deny.
Okay. So you said they went back to the K-1, but then you said she's pregnant like now in 2020.
No, they said that they're intending to deny because back at the K-1 visa interview
So that visit she had at the embassy wasn't as part of this application, it was part of the K-1.
No. Yeah. And not for nothing, but obviously she was not pregnant.
Oh, so they're just saying she got a little weight on her and they accuse her of being pregnant?
She does carry, I will say, she does carry her weight a little bit in the front. Like, I'm not going to lie, but like,
Yeah.
my gosh, I feel like they kind of just pulled a rabbit out of a hat. And so what they literally say in our NOID is that our marriage is a sham marriage. And the reason that they know it's a sham marriage is because of that.
Okay. Well, so first of all, let's back up a little bit. Well,
Okay.
first of all, let me say that I'm sorry that happened. The number one.
Thank
And
you.
I remember when I saw your face on camera, I remembered you.
You did remember?
Yeah, I remembered. What country is this?
Egypt.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Yeah.
So number one, sorry that's happening. Number two, is the mother generally amenable to letting the kids come to the United States?
Yes, the kids call me mother. They know me as their mother. Yeah.
Have the
She's
kids?
not.
Yeah. Have you applied for the kids?
Yes, of course.
So those are all pending.
Yes.
So they think that your husband has two wives, or that he's just coming to get.
I think they think that they're running a scam on me, is my guess. Not that I'm necessarily in on the scam.
Yeah.
I just didn't anticipate that still being such a pervasive issue when we have a demonstration of now a couple years of marriage, and like obviously an ongoing relationship. That threw me for a loop. And so I didn't know, if we even have a prayer chance in hell, because I know 2 years ago, it was kind of the estimation you gave me was we had less than a 25% chance of ever getting my husband and kids here.
Yeah.
So I want to know, is it even possible? Obviously, I'm going to fight as hard as I can. I have 30 days.
Well, I think you can overcome the NOIR. I'm not worried. USA,
really?
Yeah. But I don't know if the embassy will ever give him the visa. That's the problem. So,
well, we were going to maybe transfer to another embassy. I know that they're not doing transfers now, but we have a plan he's going to get a work visa even with that.
If let's just say hypothetically, he's had a work visa in London for the last 10 years and has been working there. They're making those people go back to Cairo.
I thought that was like an established form of residence, that like if you're working and living there.
No, that's the real kick in the ass for the people that have such visas and don't have a life back in the home country. But anyway, I think you can overcome the notice of intent to revoke. I'll tell you what, send me an email. So I haven't told everybody this. I probably should have. I met a couple, a husband and wife, who used to be consular officials. Like their job was to give or reject people like your husband.
Yeah.
And see, this isn't something that a lawsuit could really help, because there's this doctrine called the doctrine of consular non-reviewability, which is that the Supreme Court has said that federal courts in America can't get involved in overturning a decision by a State Department official on whether or not to give your husband a visa, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what their job is, what they do, you pay them to get him ready for another interview. So what I would say is get working on the notice of intent to revoke. I think that you're going to need, if possible, an affidavit from the wife that says, you dumb MFers, I never had any kids after that. I wasn't pregnant when I came. You're fat shaming and rude.
Yeah.
And you should be ashamed of yourselves. And I haven't had any kids with my ex-husband or anybody else. I mean, whatever the situation is,
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I think you'll get to USCIS. And then in the meantime, I'll put you in contact with my friends, and they'll maybe work with your husband they'll work with both of you to try to frame this a little bit differently.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. That being said, just to piggyback on something you said, so do you think even if we waited 2 years for the interview at Cairo, you still don't think that he would maybe get approved?
I think I would stand by my prior estimate.
Okay. Okay.
But I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Good luck, sweetheart. See ya.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's all you can say is, That's what my kids used to do when I would punish them or tell them no. There's a funny picture of Noor when she was little, laying on my chest, and she's whispering in my ear, and she said, I know you're going to say no, but I want you to say yes, which I always thought would be a good title for a video. TSW, what you got?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So I called some time ago about I-751 case that I have with my husband.
Okay.
Um, you advised me to get a divorce because we were already separated and everything.
Okay.
And I actually went and did it. It's not finalized or anything. So I was wondering, do I need to upload the fact that I already started the process?
You have a 2-year green card already. You have the 2-year green card already, and have you already filed a 751? Hello.
Yes, I did file it under abuse because
Okay. So, um,
he choked. Yes, I filed. Hello,
you're breaking up a little bit. I think it's you. Is it me or lady? Is it?
hello.
Yeah. Can you hear us, lady? If it's
Yes,
her,
I'm hearing you.
thumbs up. Okay. You can hear me. Okay. So he
Yes, I
choked you.
can.
Choked you, and you applied under abuse.
Yes, we have several incidents, and the last one, the police got involved. A restraining order was taken out because my kids are in the house, and they were talking about CPS, which I couldn't allow that to happen. So I had to take out a restraining order against them.
When did you file your 751?
In March.
And you included evidence of the abuse and everything.
Yes, I did submit the police record and the restraining order.
And now you're wondering, Jim, should I also upload the evidence to my divorce?
Yes.
And I would say yes, I would.
Do you think going forward I'm gonna need like a letter from him stating that it was a real marriage or it's not necessary?
You wouldn't need it. I mean, you need to prove that it was. You need to prove that it was a real marriage. But I actually think asking him for a statement like that would actually hurt your case. So I would say this is one instance where you don't need that. Now, one of the things I would say is sometimes a lot of times when there's been abuse, I
Hmm?
still I still try to file on the good faith marriage exception because sometimes abuse is harder to prove. But it sounds like you have evidence
Yes,
of
I
that.
did. I did send it out as a good faith because I did include the lease,
Okay.
insurance for car, health, and bank statement and all that.
I don't think you need a letter from him. And again, I don't think it would help.
Okay. So just upload the divorce documents and sit tight.
Just wait for an interview. Yep.
Okay.
Good luck, TSW. I'm glad you're sort of turning the corner.
I'm trying to.
Good luck. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, Jim.
Bye bye. All right. YWC says, "Hey Jim, I had my N400 and things went really smooth. General provision and the interview was only 10 minutes. Waiting for oath ceremony to be scheduled as of this evening. Want to say thank you. Been listening and learning from you for the past 3 months. Awesome. Everyone's happy for you. I see lots of good wishes from everybody in the comments. So thank you everybody for the good comments and the good wishes. Let's go to Patrick. Hello.
Jim, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. So I don't know if you remember me. I had contacted you almost 2 months ago with some traffic tickets, and I had a RFE for M400.
Okay.
Just wanted to let you know that that did get approved, and I was a citizen at the beginning of the month.
Nice. Can we add you to
Yeah,
our list?
yeah, of course.
Awesome. That's great. Oh, I'm happy. How did it all go?
I was able to get it was a 2-point traffic citation for speeding at 101, like right past the threshold. And I was able to reduce that down to 1 point through not a traffic school, but another program. And
Huh?
then the judge forgave that 1 point, let me do traffic school for it. And I was able to do like a quick turnaround traffic school the same day online. And
That's awesome.
I asked the clerk's office to work with me to try to get it, like some notes that said that everything was approved that same day. And they worked with me the next day to get something done because it was 3 days before the RFE was due to USCIS, like the last possible date. So thankfully I was able to submit all that. It took about a month, and then I got my oath ceremony scheduled.
You gotta love it. Congratulations, brother. I'm happy for you.
Now I got my next step is not for me, but this is why I'm calling. It's now to try to help my parents get over here with a green card.
Great.
So My question is as follows: They had, or for my dad specifically, I'm going to start. He had a F1 status visa, and he was denied entry at the airport LAX back in 2017 because he was working at the college, like teaching classes as a help with tuition. So anyway, he got caught with that. And I believe the official paper he sent me says like expedited removal, denied entry. I'm not sure exactly, but it was his visa was canceled and he was sent back.
Yeah.
So now I want to sponsor him, and I want to know if there's any waivers or anything that I need to fill out, or is it just him applying for I-130?
So, it's sort of a weird little system. The way that it works is you will file I-130 petitions for your parents, and that just establishes that you are a U.S. citizen and that they are your parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be pending for like 14 months, and then USCIS will say, yes, we believe you are a U.S. citizen, and yes, we believe these are your parents, and then they'll send the case to the National Visa Center, and you'll provide affidavits of support, show you make enough money to support them, and you'll do all this background stuff, and that's where your dad will have to start getting into the questions about, have you ever been denied entry into the United States? Have you ever given any documents to any government officials that were false, fraudulent, or misleading? Have you ever worked without authorization in the United States? So at that, I mean, you probably won't have a lawyer throughout, but definitely at that point, you're going to have to be very careful with how you answer all of those questions.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever answers you give, your case will eventually be sent to the embassy. What embassy or what country is this?
This would be in Lima, Peru.
So then eventually the case will get sent to an interview in Lima. And based on what you've told me, maybe they both get immigrant visas to come to the United States. Maybe mom gets it and dad, they say, made some. The big thing we don't want for your dad is fraud or misrepresentation. So after you file for your mom and dad, you don't need to do it before, but after you file for them, you should do a CBP FOIA to get all the records related to. Well, I would do a USCIS FOIA, a Freedom of
Okay.
Freedom of Information Act request for his USCIS file, and I would do it for both parents and the CBP file. That'll be a little harder to track down, but you want to know what they said. They probably would have given him, even back in 2017, they would have given him like a couple of different documents, and one would be the expedited removal order, and another one would be the it'd be like a question and answer to him. And what we don't want in there, hopefully, is fraud. If they just didn't let him in because he was going to school.
No, I can answer that now. Yes, he had a falsified. I don't know why he had it with him, but he had a falsified Social Security card with him
That sucks.
that they found, and that's noted in the official. Though I don't think he has quite that that paper from that time ago. Maybe he does, but the other part is he did have a valid tourist visa also with the U.S. that they did not cancel that day. So he tried to cross legally over the San Ysidro border in San Diego in 2022 because his tourist visa was good for 10 years. And they also stopped him at the walking border and said, hey, when we did expedited removal, his visa was canceled, even though you still have it. Then they canceled it there and then voluntarily says returned him to Mexico. So I'm not sure if that hurts or helps or it doesn't matter at all, but he did have that Social Security at that point. That's also why I was calling to see if it needed a waiver of any sort for that end.
Definitely doesn't help.
Okay.
Even the second one just makes things worse. So we sort of have.
No, I know. I don't know why he tried it. Yep.
Yeah. So, and you get your green card how? Through marriage?
Correct.
Okay. So, what's probably going to happen is you should file both cases.
Okay.
But then, see, here's the thing: he is going to need a waiver, and you probably won't be a qualifying relative, and the qualifying relative would have to be your mom. So you have to get mom's green card, and then you have to prove that it would be a hardship for mom if dad isn't allowed into the United States.
Wow. Okay.
So that'll be tough because how old are they?
I am 30. My mom is 58. No, wait, 27. Yeah, 58, and he's 57.
So she's been living in Peru for 58 years.
Well, yeah, that's why my case is a little complicated. So she also was on her own F1, and she was I don't know what exactly was her reason, but she also got expedited removal, denied entry coming back from Peru on one of her trips. She must know the exact reason, but from what she told me, it was something to do with like something on taxes or something because she was not working and she didn't have any false documents either. But they made her sign something, and yeah, she
And
also was
agree-
denied entry.
Yeah, and
She's,
agree. Wow. So it's not often that parents have such messy things. Usually we hear about the parents' messes a lot earlier. So that's interesting. Yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, if they ever want to come, you need I-130s for them, and they're good for as long as you keep them alive. So I don't think there's any real downside to starting with both of them, and hopefully we can get your mom a green card so that you then have a qualifying relative for dad.
but you're saying that I shouldn't file them together now? Maybe it's better to try to get hers first.
You might give mom's case a little bit of a head start. Yeah, maybe like 6 months.
Just because of the fraud aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, I don't know if this is the type of case that you guys would take, because you said I
Oh,
should
yeah.
probably get a lawyer. Like, this sounds
Yeah,
like I'm trying to help them as much as I can here.
Yeah, we'd be happy to try to help.
Alrighty. Well, then I'll contact you or I'll get the information.
Thanks, Patrick. See you, buddy.
All right. Thank you.
Here's an interesting YWC who just got approved for naturalization. I gave thought about it because Stella said she was nervous. I gave thought about it for months, but listening to callers here puts my situation in perspective. A lot of people who are eligible are actually in better shape. I think that's right. I think that's why a lot of people watch this, is because it makes them feel better. Rana is here. Hello, Rana. Rana, you're on mute. We can't hear you, sweetheart. David says they both need a waiver. Yeah, probably. Rana, you there? There's some cool doors on that car. We'll come back. Hassan. Oh, Rana's out of here. Hassan, hello.
Hey, Jim. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, Jim. So I'm on H-1B. I'm kind of in a tricky situation. So I'm working at a company here in the US, and my I-94 will expire on 10/10, so August 10. And my H-1B actually expires on this 30th September, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
so I have already filed for extension on September 8th, paper filing. And I got a NOID for wait signature issue from the petitioner. And because of that, it's pending right now. Even though it was premium processing, I got a NOID on 16th. And now my lawyer and immigration team is responding to that NOID. But since my I-94 is going to expire on 10/10 and my H-1B is going to expire on 9/30, right? What are my options?
So are we on is this the end of your first H-1B?
Correct.
And so as we sit here right now, you have a properly receipted I-129 filed on your behalf to extend your H-1B for another 3 years.
Correct.
And what's the state of, so when did you return the wet signature? When did the employer return the wet signature?
So they are filing tonight. They received the notice on 18th and they signed it, properly signed and everything, and they're sending it tonight.
Yeah. So you get an automatic extension?
Yeah, it's gonna be, I got an automatic extension, 240 days, so I can work as long as that is pending. Now, what I'm reading from online and all other sources, that this wait signature issue, USA is actually rejecting the petitions. And by the time they reject, what if my I-94 date is already over?
So here's a good question. Did the employer use a law firm?
Yeah, they did. And actually, law firm mistake was this. So they asked for the digital signature from the employer. Employer provided that and law firm submitted this.
Jeez, really?
Yes, unfortunately, but this is what happened.
So today's what, the 23rd? So you got a clock ticking. So I would, so the automatic extension hinges on a properly filed I-129. So if I were you and I were the employer, I'd be standing on the lawyer's head saying, hey, you guys fucked up and it's going to cause my man Hassan big problems. And we want you to file a whole new I-129 premium processing for Hassan with wet signatures before September 3rd. We want it receipted, or we want it delivered before next Tuesday,
Okay.
and they should pay for it.
Yeah. So yeah, it's totally their mistake. They acknowledged, but they're saying that they have to wait for the decision, and they want to wait till the last date, which is 10/10 in the I-94, and see what the NOID response comes back. If it's approved, well and good, and if it's rejected, they want to file it. But I'll be in
That's
big
good.
trouble.
That's good for them, but that's not good for Hassan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would. So the thing is, everything needs to start being documented. So,
Okay.
like, has your employer written them a letter clarifying that this was all their mistake and that they need to fix this? Like, is your employer like being aggressive?
No, my employer is in touch with me and he agrees with me, right? So it's a lawyer mistake.
Is it a big company or a small company?
They're a small company. I work for a big company in a client side, but my employer is a small company.
And this is okay. And of course, the law firm. Yeah. So, is this a law firm that does lots of H-1Bs?
Yeah, they do a lot of, but they only do online filing. This time they did paper filing because I have my EAD for my wife's EAD was filed together. It was a bundle processing, so that's the reason they filed. I only requested them to file on paper, but again, it was a
Does
mistake.
your employer let you talk to the law firm?
Yeah, they
Okay.
do.
So here's what I would do if I were you, Hassan. I would sit down and write up a chronology of everything that happened up until right now, up until the wet signature being delivered. And I would just very factually write out a chronology. And then I want everything that they're proposing, including that waiting till the last minute to refile. I want that all documented because they're going to say, we never said that. They're going to say, no, we didn't tell you that. That was all you guys decided that to save a little bit of money, right?
Mhm.
So if I were you, I would go to my employer tomorrow with a letter that you want him to send to the lawyer. And it should outline everything that you did right, everything that was done, how they messed up. Maybe look for the citation that says it has to be a wet signature. This was your mistake. I'm not comfortable. We as a company employing Hassan are not comfortable with this proposed plan that you said, which is we should wait till the last minute. What we want you to do to fix your mistake is to file by Thursday a whole new H-1B submission and clarify in the letter that you refiling it because of the mistake with the wet signature and because we're hearing stories of wet signature cases being denied and then that happening after old Hassan's I-94 expired and his visa ran out. And we want this done. And if you're not going to do it, we want written explanation and verification from you as to how Hassan is protected if you guys screw this up.
Yeah. So they're proposing that, yeah, we're responding and we'll file it. So if I somehow,
At their expense.
that I still don't know. They said we can discuss about this.
Fuck that. They should pay for it.
Yeah.
If
So
I made this mistake, I would pay for it.
yeah. So can they file online while that NOID is pending? Is that
Yeah.
option?
Sure.
That's the option. Okay. And does it have to be before my H-1B expiry date or I-94 expiry date?
I'd have it in before Tuesday.
Yes. So that's what I told them. But they're saying that
mostly Hassan, I want it documented. This is all just you guys talking.
yeah.
And when people have to put things in writing and put it on their letterhead and sign off, what we want more than anything is written documentation that you did nothing wrong, that this was completely their fault, and that the plan that they have for you is the best possible plan to protect old Hassan, because that's all we care about.
Okay. So you're saying as long as they file before 9:30 and if fresh new petition, even though they responded to NOID, I should be good at least for now.
I would argue that you are. Yep.
Okay. Yes. Thanks, Jim. That clarification I needed. And there are some, green card related matters are there, but that's not my concern right now because I need to be in status first to protect my I-140. Yeah, understood. Thank you, Jim, for the clarification. I appreciate it.
See you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure. Good call. Always get it in writing. Always write down the name of the person you're talking to. You have to document everything. when time passes and 6 months from now and old Hassan's left holding the bag with no H-1B and no ability to work, that law firm's gonna be like, oh, sorry. Yeah, you should listen to us. Yeah, my ass. Mina, hello.
Hey, thank you, Jim.
You,
Uh,
Mina?
my mother filed for my brother F2A visa, and he went for his interview last week, but they sent him back and rescheduled him on November 24th. When my mom filed, her income wasn't good, so I was the joint sponsor. But later, I did update on the IA64 and the new W2 and tax records. But when they sent him back, they said we need to submit the original. So I'm kind of like confused. I've contacted the embassy, and they giving me mixed messages. I really don't know for the next interview what we need to submit. Do we? I'm trying to find out if we did anything wrong by adding new taxes and new
No,
no.
you didn't do anything wrong. What consulate are you talking about?
It's Ghana embassy.
And tell me what happened, everything you know about what happened when your brother went to the interview.
Okay, so he said when he went in, they asked for his police report, birth certificate. That was the only documents they asked from him. And then they asked if he has done a DNA, and he said no. And then the consular just gave him this white sheet, and on it it says we have to bring in original. We have to go and resubmit. And the funny thing is, we have actually submitted everything online, and it was even there before he went for the interview. Now they're saying we have to submit.
Well, but remember, my friend, when did your mom and you fill out your original I-864s?
That was in 2023.
Yeah, so that was 2 years ago. So I ding them a lot, but I don't think it's a big conspiracy that they're asking for updated stuff. I'm not worried about that too much.
Uh-huh.
So, what I would say is that you guys should act as if your brother has to prove up the 2024, 2023, and 2022 ability for you and your mom to be sponsors for your brother, as if you've never done it before. You know what I'm saying?
No, so in that case, no, I don't understand.
Okay. So your brother has some future interview at the consulate in Accra, right?
Yes.
And he's gonna have to go in there and show them that you and your mom make enough money to sponsor them.
Uh-huh.
So I want you to pretend that you've never submitted affidavits of support for your brother before.
Okay.
So your mom is going to fill out an I-864 and get her tax transcripts and her W-2s and her proof of income, such as it is, for 2022, 2023, 2024. If she's currently working, proof of documentation that she has a full-time or that she has current employment. You're going to do the exact same things. You're going to ship those to your brother, and he's going to bring those to his interview as if you've never had the issue of an affidavit of support decided by any branch of the State Department. Does that make sense?
Okay. So that means we have to like do everything new again, as if we are starting it over again.
Yep. But just on the financial stuff, right?
Uh, okay. So the question is, all these previous documents are already in the system. So I was thinking that, and they already accepted those, but we still need to like bring everything over again to the interview.
Right. Right. Because
Uh,
it was 2 years ago, and of course You know, they're always messing with people. It's not like they're doing this to make it easier on your brother, right? They're doing it because they want to slow shit down.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck, Mina.
Uh-huh.
All right, Nahid. Hello.
Hi, how are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you, Nahid?
I'm great, thank you. I have been trying to get in touch with you for almost 3 months, and I'm so glad I finally got through. I have a dilemma. Um, I have a pending 601 for my husband, which was filed back in 2022,
Four.
October. Um, it's a 601, the admissibility for my husband.
Right, but for
He
what?
has,
What's inadmissible?
um, Actually, in the beginning, in 2017, when we first met, I did a fiancé visa petition for him, and he was scheduled for the interview. We went to the interview, and I somehow I filled out at that time I didn't have an attorney, and I found the form that I filled for the affidavit of support was not correct. So the officer told us to come back Monday and bring the proper form and submit the passport, and the visa was approved. So when we went back Monday, somehow now my husband, back then he wasn't my husband, he did not tell me that he was not free to marry me. He was still legally married. And somehow, I guess they found out afterwards, and between that 2 days of time frame. So when we went back Monday to submit the passport and the affidavit of support, they told him that he lied and they put a ban on him.
Right.
So, long story short, after that, he went through the legal divorce proceedings. He filed the divorce, he did the paperwork, submitted. We originally from Pakistan, and it's a Muslim law that we follow. So after that divorce, we got married. So that was all between that 1 month time. And then I filed a petition, the I-130, through an attorney in Pennsylvania that somebody recommended. Well, it was during the same Trump administration time when I filed the Y-130, which somehow they denied. They kept asking for more evidence, and they denied me with the Sharia law saying that the divorce took place, and within 26 days we got married. And according to the Sharia law, it has to be over 90 days. So when I talked to my attorney, and she's like, I'm not familiar with the Muslim law, I don't know anything. The only thing I can advise you is for you to divorce your husband and marry him again. And I told her I cannot do that because if they're throwing the Muslim Sharia law at me, I cannot marry him again once I divorce, because according to the Muslim law, I cannot marry my husband once I divorce until I marry someone else. So she said that she can help me because she was not familiar.
Wait.
Then, I'm
Wait.
sorry.
So when he first tried to come, that was on a fiance visa or a spouse visa?
No, fiance visa.
Then how had you been married to him before?
No, I wasn't. We did the fiance visa. The interview he passed, and we were supposed to submit the documents.
Right, I got all that, but you're saying that you can't marry him now because you've already divorced him.
No. When I did the I-130, when the attorney did that, Miss Vanessa did it for me. During the Trump administration time, they sent me the thing saying that when your marriage is not legal because he divorced his wife, and within 3 weeks to
Right, I
four
got
weeks
that.
time
Yep,
you married.
that.
And it so when I called my attorney again, Miss Vanessa, she said for me to divorce my husband at that time and remarry him, and we would apply again.
When did you marry him? You never mentioned that you married him before.
I married him in 2018 in August.
After his fiance visa got denied?
Yes.
Okay, so then your marriage wasn't valid, right? That's what USCIS is saying. So
That's what they said, yes.
So you didn't need to get divorced because it was void. So technically, you haven't been divorced from him, so you should be able to get married.
But then when my other attorney, because this is the complicated
Wait,
situation.
just need real quick, do me a favor. Don't mention any lawyers' names, okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. So then once when I was told that to divorce and remarry, and I told her that because they're throwing this Sharia law at me of 90 days thing, the other Sharia law is that if you divorce your husband or your wife, you
Sure.
cannot remarry. You
Sure.
have to wait. You have to marry somebody else, divorce that person, and then marry. So
Okay.
because she wasn't familiar, she said that she could help me. So I kept asking other family friends and all. So they recommended an attorney for me who
Okay.
was from my country and who was practicing law here. So I called them, and what he advised me is like, okay, it seems like this officer seems very prejudiced. Let's just drop this application and we will start a brand new I-130 application. That wasn't back in 2020, if I'm not mistaken.
Based on
2020.
based on a new marriage or the same?
No, based on the same marriage.
Okay, that was foolish, but okay.
Okay, so based on the same marriage, because it was all legal, recorded, and then they provided the thing that the 90 days does not apply to male, it applies to a woman, because they have to make sure that she is not pregnant during the 90 days period of time. So
Okay.
this law, because they did not go in detail, it does not apply to men. So he divorced and then he married me, and I was never married before.
Okay.
So my I-130 that he applied, it got approved. And after it got approved, he filed for the 601, the waiver. Then that was applied back in 2022, October. It was filed. And my bad luck is 6 months ago, my attorney got arrested for H-1B fraud.
Shit.
So now I am without an attorney. Then secondly, all their files were everything were seized by, I believe, an FBI. So I have whatever record I have. I mean, I have all my divorce, his divorce paper, my marriage papers, all the other evidence I do have. But the waiver that they did, because I asked them, I said, send me the waiver that you filed. I need to see it. There was blunders because there was so many errors in it. So I asked them to fix it, and they're like, "Oh, it's just typographical error. We will send a letter saying that it's not typographical. If there's issue, we'll fix it."
That was
So now,
before you got arrested or after?
yes, before he got arrested.
Okay.
So now
So he was a
he
criminal.
got
He's a criminal and he was shitty at his job.
yes. So now he's in jail, I guess, and they took his license away.
Yeah.
I'm without an attorney, and I'm overseas at the moment. I'm talking to you. I'm in Portugal right now.
Okay.
My brother just called me and he's like, "Oh, you received a letter from USCIS. They're requesting more information." So he's going to scan and send me that paper. So I have received. I don't know what information they're requesting, what other evidence they're requesting. I don't want to do anything on my own. It's been since 2018. I've been struggling, going back and forth. Every 3 months, I come to Lisbon. I spend 3 months here, come back to US, work 3 months. My life has been a mess. I need a good attorney who can help me. I'm in a bad shape.
Is your husband in Lisbon?
Yes.
I don't think. I think the chances of your husband actually getting a visa to the United States ever is very low. Very low. So
Okay.
I mean, tell me about the alleged hardship that you put. Has the waiver been approved or no?
No, the waiver, they just sent me this letter saying that for the 601 waiver, they need more information, more evidence.
Did you say 601?
And
601.
601.
Okay.
601. I mean,
what's the hardship?
my whole life, I've been in the US 40 years, and my whole life has been turned around. It's harder for me to move to another country. I cannot go back to Pakistan because I don't know, I hardly know anything about Pakistan. I was very young.
Do you speak Urdu?
I do speak, yes, I do.
Have you spent any time there?
I was 18 and when I moved to US,
When
and I've been in U.
so how much time are you and your husband spending together in Portugal?
Well, I'm here every 3 months. He's been in Portugal for the last 2 years, and then before that, we went to Turkey. We lived in Turkey. I was back and forth from Turkey for 2 years,
So
and I'm to the.
you understand that all that time that you spend together actually hurts your waiver case.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to show exceptional hardship. Most people, when they're pleading exceptional hardship, don't leave the United States. You have to demonstrate that you can't live unless your husband gets a visa to the United States, but you're living together. You're hurting your waiver case every day you spend with your husband. You're hurting your waiver case.
See, I was never told that.
Yeah, you got a lot of bad advice. So let's look at this all over again. So at its core, so when you filed the fiance case, did your husband have a interview at the consulate on the I-129F?
Yes.
And at that interview, he was asked, "Are you are free to marry Nahid?"
I don't think he was asked. Everything he's what he told me, everything went through. They gave him the pink sheet, and they told him that it was a wrong affidavit of support form that I filled. And they said to fill that form, bring it in Monday, submit your passport,
But
and then
clearly, so whenever you file a fiance case, you have to submit written documentation that you intend to marry within 90 days of arrival and that you're free to marry.
right.
So
What he told me, like I said, what he said, I was there in Dubai because it happened in Dubai. He passed whatever the question they asked him, he passed. And then when we went back Monday,
I wouldn't say
somehow,
I wouldn't phrase it that he passed. I would say he lied.
okay,
He wasn't free to marry.
right. And then when we went Monday, they said, "Oh, you're not free to marry," and I
Were
don't
you
know if it
were
was
you were you,
flagged.
were you both there when that happened?
I was there, but they wouldn't let me inside, so I was really literally waiting outside, outside of the embassy.
And so he came out and told you that they said no, that he wasn't free to marry.
Right. They handed him a white form, and it had the waiver thing, the 212, some kind of C thing on it, and
Yep. Fraud,
they
misrep.
said this is, yeah, so for misrepresentation, and then that's what it was, and they denied his visa, whatever the file that had, what they approved it, and they just told him to submit the passport on Monday. They just rejected it, and
Sure.
that's what happened.
Did you know prior to him going in there that he wasn't free to marry?
No. What he told me that she was back home, they were done, she had the kids, and that was it.
When USCIS, well, how did it come to be that you filed the waiver? Like the waiver came after he went back to an interview on the I-130?
He never went back to the I-130 got approved, and we never went for the interview because what I was told that we cannot go for an interview till the waiver gets approved, because he said what I was told that
That's wrong.
I-130 has been approved for the last 4 years.
Right. Okay. So, right. But so in order to do a waiver, you have to pay the NVC fees, get things started at the State Department, and then actually go to the interview. And then they say, you are inadmissible. You need a waiver. You filed that waiver too early.
And I was told that that's what I have to do, is file the waiver, then go for the interview.
And that waiver is still pending. And you said today your brother said you got an RFE on the waiver.
Right. I mean, his I-130 has been approved. I paid the fees. I think last year they told me they made me pay the fees.
Right.
I paid that.
When did
And
the lawyer get arrested?
when it was, I think it was in April this year.
Okay, so here's what I'll say. The State Department loves to discriminate against men from Muslim countries, especially Pakistan. So that's strike one. Strike two, he made a misrepresentation and he got busted. He said he was free to marry and he wasn't. That's strike two.
Mm-hmm.
They probably think he's still married to wife number one, but maybe not. I don't know. You now have a long approved I-130 that may be faulty because I guess you've overcome that issue, the 27 days after the divorce. It sounds like you've overcome that, but you haven't done the steps you need to do to keep the I-130 alive. Like, have you been in any kind of contact at all with the National Visa Center or the State Department, or just
I
focus?
have not. I mean, the attorney, he said he was in contact, and the last time they called me and they're like, you have to pay the fee to keep this active, and I did, and
Okay.
then that was it. I didn't do.
When did that happen?
I believe it was last year.
Okay. So, okay. So, I don't think he's coming to the United States. I don't think he's going to get a visa. I don't think this case is ever going to be approved.
I have no chance at all.
Your lawyer got indicted for fraud. You have like everything against you, and you've done everything the opposite of what I would have said in order to try to get a waiver. Do
So
you and
should
he?
I start?
Do you and he?
Should I? I'm
Do you,
sorry, sir.
do you and he have any kids?
No.
What does he say about all this? Are you there?
I mean, he's sorry for what he has done. I mean, we're doing the best. I'm here.
I mean, does he think he's being treated unfairly? I guess is my question.
He thinks that it's his mistake and it's the consequences that we're facing.
Yeah.
But at this point, my life has been torn apart because, my whole life, my whole family is in U.S. Everybody from my family is in U.S. My parents died in U.S. They're buried there. And I'm the only one here and back and forth, back and forth.
I can
And
tell
I need to get grounded.
I can tell you're tired and sad. I can hear it in your voice. Do you have any health issues?
Um, I don't have any major health issues. I don't know because I don't go to the doctors. But for the last few years, I get panic attacks. I'm on the inhalers because when I get panic attacks and my esophagus totally closes up, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
I don't comprehend much. Like when I read, it takes me. I used to teach school. I have a master's degree, but now I'm at the point where I read something, I don't understand it right away. It takes me like 2 or 3 times, and every little thing. When I get any legal notice, I totally shiver.
Right.
I panic. So I don't know if there's some issues that I'm going through, mental issues, health issues. I'm not sure. Um, to be very honest with you.
So, my wife would probably kill me for saying this, but I think it's worth talking to people who know what they're doing. Whether or not this is ever going to work, I don't think so. But if you want to, do you have copies of everything?
I believe copies of like what the letters and my
Like all your
documents.
immigration stuff.
I think I have saved a lot with me. It's in U.S. because I'm in Lisbon, but there should be a lot in my phone, in my notes and stuff.
Do you have any sense as to where your file is from the lawyer who went to the pokey?
I don't know, sir.
Okay. If you email me, I will try to help you, Naheed. I don't think it's going to be. I might tell you no. I might say no way. I might say he's not coming, and I'll say right now, I think it's very unlikely that he's coming. But if this is something, if I probably want to hear from him, and I want him to know that he really fucked up, and that you're bearing the brunt of all that. if he's one of these people walking around like he got screwed and he's being treated unfairly, then I don't want to talk to him. I wouldn't want to get involved. But if he's humble and acknowledges the mistake, I mean, at the end of the day, he tried to be too cute, got caught, and now you've been dealing with this in all the wrong ways for a long time. So if you want us to take a look at it, I will.
Thank you. I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, send us what you got, okay? Email it to us.
Thank you, sir.
And especially whatever it is your brother says just came, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank
All right.
you so much.
Bye, Naheed.
Appreciate it.
Yep, see you. I think there's a low chance of success. Low chance of success. I don't think there's a risk talking here in public. I mean, that's why you don't. I mean, people can use that might even be your real name, you know, and people can say it's about their friend, and I'm not worried about that so much. I think we do enough to keep it anonymous. And also, everything she said is sort of already known to USCIS, so. A lot of hard cases lately. I've seen 2 in the last 24 hours. I've seen 2 killer notices of intent to deny, all about marriage number 1. Marriage number 1. They are spending more time looking at marriage number 1 than they are spending time looking at marriage number 2. And these are 10-page detailed notices of intent to deny. One of them was for a caller that was on the show the other day, and one was for a client. So when they say they're giving lots more money to USCIS and they're expanding the fraud unit and they're looking at old cases, you should rest assured that they are looking at every single factor in your history. In other words, they are going all the way back to the first time you applied for a visa. They're looking at everything that they can. Laura asked, do I think that officers are being incentivized to deny cases again? I don't think so. I just think that they're being emboldened and empowered and encouraged to try to look under every rock and corner and around every corner. Cam, hello.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. Cam, how are you doing?
Good. I've been a fan of yours since 2019.
Nice.
Watching YouTube videos time to time and truly admiring the work you do.
Thank you.
And you've been a real source of inspiring to me. So I'm not sure if you remember, but like 4 years ago, I left a comment on a Facebook post saying that stay tight, I'm coming for help, Jim.
Yeah.
So I want to share with you that, sorry, a little bit emotional. So I went from truck driving to law school. I graduated this September, and I passed the February bar exam in California.
Fuck, dude, that is no small task. Congratulations. I don't know if I told you, I started studying for the California bar. I studied for about 2 weeks because it's been 20 years since I studied for the bar, and I said, fuck this, I'm just going to hire a lawyer who's licensed in California. So congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm in San Diego, so let me know if you need help.
Nice.
I have a personal question regarding my wife's case. So her prior husband died 4 months after the 2-year green card interview.
After the 2-year green. Okay, got it.
So then they've been going through a lot of stuff. So he got overdosed. They been going through the psychiatric sessions, and the marriage didn't work out well. They were about to get divorced and filing, with the court before he passed away. So I knew them, nice people. I know his parents, and so we ended up getting married. And a month later, And a year later, she submitted a waiver, removing conditions through a waiver
Yeah.
for deceased spouse. So now we've been happily married, we have kids, and I wonder if we should withdraw from the prior case and resubmit through me. I'm a U.S. citizen
Nope. Nope.
myself.
Nope.
No?
USCIS takes a position that they can't give you a green card until her conditions are removed. They can't
Okay.
give her green card through you unless the conditions are removed. So, how long has her 751 been pending?
Um, uh, I think we submitted in 2023, January 2023.
And that was after he had died and with the death certificate and all that stuff.
Correct. Yes, but we didn't have. I mean, she didn't have that much sufficient evidence that they lived together, besides like a probably lease agreement, maybe because he passed away right, after the 2 year green card interview.
Right. So right. And how long had they been together before?
Shoot, I don't remember. Probably a year and a half or 2 years.
When did her green card, her 2 year green card start? Like what month and year? Do you know?
I should have a copy on my phone, but I believe it was in February 2022. 22, yeah. I think
22.
so.
And then she applied for the 751 early because he was dead. She didn't have to wait the full 2 years. Is that right?
I believe she filed 3 months before the due date when she needed to.
So she might have had her green card longer than you think. What I'm wondering is if she doesn't just apply for citizenship at the 5 year mark, and that's probably what's going to push her 751.
You think it's better? It's better strategic move.
I mean, she makes a good witness, and the marriage was real. Nothing fake about the marriage or anything.
No,
It's sort of
nothing.
volatile. And did you
The
say
only thing my concern is that we got married like a month after he died. So
a month after?
yeah,
And he overdosed?
yes,
I mean, that's a problem.
that's the only concern I have.
Yeah.
Everything else, we've been happily married, 2 kids, and we have a common assets and bank accounts and any evidence they needed. So
Have you done a FOIA of her file?
no, I have not.
I would.
With the USCIS?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Nothing else that might give her some more marriage evidence. I would also. Are there did you guys file the 751 without a lawyer?
Yes.
Yeah. They might be sitting on it. I don't know. Did the death certificate say how he died?
I'm not sure. I can look it up tonight.
I mean, my concern with that is, if he's overdosing, then maybe they're freebasing cocaine 3 nights a week. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that manner of death sort of pushes back on her and his reliability as a good U.S. citizen spouse, if that makes sense.
Mm. Yeah, he was a good kid, and
What's your explanation for the 1 month?
I have no clue. Honestly, they were going through the bad times, and even she went to psychiatrist. I think they both went to psychiatric
Oh,
to
but
to try to work out
you said
the
you
marriage.
said you said she and he got married within a month after him dying, right?
Yes.
So you should have your own explanation for that. What's the explanation? Why did you guys get married so fast?
Is it relevant to her case? That's why the
Fuck yeah.
reason.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
I mean, I have nothing to do with her case, though. I haven't
Okay.
filed for her.
Okay. So let's take you out of let's put your lawyer hat on now that you're a lawyer.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
And let's take you personally out of it. Do you think that if an agency is trying to determine whether a marriage was real or not, the fact that the beneficiary remarried within 30 days of the death of her husband impacts their analysis as to the validity of the marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't necessarily need your answer. I don't necessarily need your testimony, but you're the person I'm talking to. So I'm just asking, like, as Uncle Jim, why did you get married so fast?
Yeah. I just wanted to support her, you know.
Yeah.
She was going through hard times and they were about to get divorced like a few months before.
Yeah. Well, let me
So
ask this.
they were separated.
Was she worried about her immigration status when she married you? Did that have anything to do with it?
No, I wouldn't say so. No.
So I would say this is what I would do if I were you. So
Okay.
that 751's been on file for over 2 years, right?
Yes.
Which means that, I mean, one, it's outside the normal processing time. Two, it's a good faith marriage exception. It's not a jointly filed 751.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean to say is it's probably pretty effing close to resolution, or I should say to rising to the top of the pile so that they have to decide what they want to do, right?
Okay.
So I think this would be a great time to put on my lawyer hat, Mr. Cam, and
Mm-hmm.
do everything I can to make that case stronger. I would spend all my time trying to explain or trying to document how to make that case stronger. So if there are people who knew them as a couple, if there are family members who knew them as a couple, I would get long affidavits from those people. I would say to myself, my first client from with my new shiny new law degree, and whether you're sworn in or not, I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice making this case better, and I'm going to do what I can to help my wife. And I would watch all of Jim's 751 videos. I would, look over the marriage evidence list. I would do everything I can to figure out how can I develop more and more evidence that this was a real marriage. And then
Mm-hmm.
what I would do is if I get to 30 months, which you're probably pretty close to, if I get to 30 months, I would send them all that evidence and say, hey, you assholes, this thing's been pending for 2.5 years. I'm going to sue your ass in the Southern District of California if you don't give us an answer within the next 30 or 45 days.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thanks, Cam.
Appreciate you, Jim.
Peace, brother. Hey, everybody in the comments, be nice. I'm tired of it. Stop being judgmental. What the hell? That's not what this show's for. Don't say mean things. We got enough meanness going around. I don't need it. I don't need negative energy around me. It does me no good. And don't say sorry. I don't need to say sorry. Just don't do it. Just be supportive. That dude was a truck driver. Now he's a lawyer. So you guys can all be supportive of that. And if you, as my mother would say, if you don't have something nice, you don't have to say anything at all. Right? Right, lady? Lady, am I right? Lady knows. By the way, lady in my front desk, my lady and the CCD people tell me that some of you all been not too nice to CCD. So when you call my office, you be nice. Everybody be nice. Too much negative energy going around right now. Hey, it's TikTok. We forgot all about you. U visa approved, can travel on advanced parole. Hell no. If you're not a U.S. citizen, don't leave the United States. Uncle Jim, when I get my U.S. passport, can I automatically travel abroad without worrying about days? Yep. That's one of the great things about having your U.S. passport is you can leave the United States and stay out for as long as you want. All right. I'm going to go to Sarah. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Mr. Jim. Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you?
I'm great. I have a question. It's mostly about my brother, but probably I'm in there too. So, I'm a U.S. citizen, one naturalized citizen since 2012, and I applied for my mom, and then she came in here with a green card for out of the country, and then she applied also for my brother, which then he was under 21. Now it's time for him to get his citizenship next year around March.
Nice.
So now, um, so now with all the new application and everything that's going on, um, when before even I apply myself, I did work with the authorization, and I went to notary public, and I used to be also fill out up immigration paperwork,
Uh-huh.
and did ask me if I work, and I said yes because I did pay taxes too because I used to have Social Security, but it was not allowed me to work, and I did work, and I did pay taxes. I left all the information for him. I'm not sure if he did add me, like as I did work or not. I never was questioned for that. So now, I was a co-sponsor for my mom when she bring my brother. I'm gonna be in trouble if my brother apply for his citizenship since
No,
I was his co-sponsor.
no, no.
So they don't check my
I don't.
applications.
There's lots of things that people need to worry about right now. I don't think you need to worry about this.
All
So,
right.
how did you get
Mhm.
your green card?
Marriage.
And that was through marriage to U.S. citizen.
Yeah. No, my husband was green card.
And when you got your green card, he was a green card holder.
N- no. He was green card, and he when I was in process, he got his citizenship.
So what I mean is, at the time that you got your green card, your husband
Mhm.
had become a U.S. citizen.
Yes, he was. Yes.
So any work that you did without authorization is forgiven. So
Oh,
I would
great. Okay.
I would spend no time thinking about this.
Oh, perfect. So now, if he so if he goes for his interview, I'm sure they're gonna go through his application, because and his mom, she's applied for him, but that was through me. Do they go and check her application and my application, or just my brother application only?
Just, I mean, generally, can you does USCIS go sometimes and look at other people's applications? Yes, but for something like you're worried about, no, they're not going to.
Okay, and also my mom, she doesn't stay. I mean, she stay here, but she also go back home for like 4 months and so. Is that gonna cause any problem for him?
Nope.
And if she, I'm not sure if she really want to come back here. Is this gonna put any trouble on him if he apply for citizenship? I'm not sure if she's coming again.
You mean ever?
I'm not sure. I mean, she said she's supposed to be here because she just left in August, and she's supposed to be here by November. So I'm not sure if she's coming or not. She already have her ticket.
What was the start date of her green card?
What do you mean? The
How long has she?
expiration?
No, how long has she been a lawful permanent resident? How long ago did she get her green
Oh,
card?
since 20 wait, since 2018.
So the question is, Jim, if somebody's had their green card for 7 years and they sponsored their son
Mm-hmm.
on the F2A category to get a
Mm-hmm.
green card in the United States, and he's now about to apply for citizenship, will the fact that mom has gone back home and not come back, and maybe in theory abandoned her green card, will that affect his ability to become a U.S. citizen? That's the question.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I mean, just question because probably she will be here.
Yeah. No, you're fine.
All right. Thank you so much. That's all my questions.
Bye, Sarah. See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. All right. This is the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States at our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, Washington, D.C., and Chicago, Illinois. Krishna wants to know, how much is the NOIR case fee? It depends on the NOIR. So, Krishna, I would say email that to info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, and we'll let you know what it would cost for us to reply and what we think your chances of success are. With conditional green card, how long can I apply for citizenship? Probably after 3 years if you're still married is usually the right answer. All right. Let's go to HG. Hello, HG.
Hello, Jim. How
How
you
you doing?
doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Hey, Jim. I have two different questions regarding two different problems that we having right now. So the first one is one of my cousin. He just got deported like 2 months ago,
Okay.
and eventually he was deported back to his home country, and then he tried to come back.
Yeah.
So he was caught at the border,
Yeah.
and now he's still at the Rio Grande Center facility.
Yeah.
So the little bit that we have been talking with him, we're a little bit afraid that he's gonna get charged for re-entry.
Yeah, he might.
Okay, so do you happen to know like how we can get a little bit more information about that? Because I called ICE this morning to get more information, but they said they're not allowed to give me more information.
Well, you probably need to get a lawyer.
Okay, if that lawyer needs to be an immigration lawyer or like
I
because
would
if
I would start with an immigration lawyer. I mean, based on what we're hearing so far, they haven't been doing lots of criminal charging, but they're going to start. So I would say start with an immigration. The immigration lawyer will be able to find out what they're thinking, and they'll have the fastest way of finding out if he's going to get criminally charged.
Okay, so the best way is to go through immigration lawyer. Yeah, that was my question that I didn't know if we had to go through the immigration lawyer or different type of lawyer.
No, I start with that.
Okay, well, thank you for that. And now my other question. So my wife, she just applied for USA citizen.
Yeah.
She's gonna have her interview in 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we filed the form by ourselves.
Yeah.
So the only issue that she had been having was a traffic ticket, right?
Yeah.
There are two different questions regarding have you ever committed a crime or something like that. I can't really remember.
Have you ever committed a crime or offense for which you've not been arrested?
Correct.
That's about secret. That's not about traffic. That's about secret crimes that the government doesn't know about. So that's probably a no.
What if we hit yes?
Oh, then when you go in there, you want to tell them we did that because we thought it was asking about traffic. So
Okay, yeah, because when we filed the form, after we hit yes, they ask like a little bit more information. So we put a traffic ticket.
Yeah.
And
So
and the traffic ticket was paid. We put the day. We had the all the stuff that traffic got paid and all that.
Yeah.
So when she go to the interview and when she got asked that question, she can just tell them that she choose yes because of the traffic ticket.
So HG, this is what I would do, my friend. So I have a video, and it's called Errata Sheet, ERRATA. I'll put it in the comments right now.
Okay.
Look for that video, and it'll tell you what you do. What you need to do is you need to write out that question, like the number of the question.
Okay.
Let's say it's 79. Have you ever committed a crime or offense for which you've not been arrested? And then put no, like type it out on a Google document or something, because I would want to bring it on paper and hand it to the officer so it's clear that you changed the message beforehand.
Oh, okay, I got you. Well, I will look that video.
Yeah, if not, the officer should be able to fix it once she explains it. They'll understand that you were just confused.
Okay. Now one more question. She's from El Salvador.
Uh-huh.
So when she go to the interview, does she needs to bring like the birth certificate from her home country?
If she's got it, yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah, she got it.
Yeah, all originals. Yep, bring all originals. Yep.
My last question. I think the answer is gonna be no, but I'm still gonna ask you.
Yeah.
I'm a green card holder.
Yeah.
So I've been a green card holder for the last 3 years. So if she become a USA citizen, do I still have to wait the 5 years, right? I didn't get the green card through marriage.
That's okay. So you have to be married for 3 years to someone who is a U.S. citizen, even if you got your green card another way. So you would have the 3 years, but it wasn't to a U.S. citizen. So you could either apply. You'll apply under the 5-year rule.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I was just being curious a little bit.
All right, well, let us know how our interview goes, okay?
Oh yeah, for sure, I will.
Thanks, HG. See you, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yep. All right, everyone, that'll do it for today's show. Wish me luck for tomorrow. 8:30 a.m. If you're of the praying sort, say a little prayer for my clients, trying to get them out on bond. We'll be right across the street here from the old hotel, and I will be doing the thing, trying to help our clients get out on bond. We'll see what happens. I hope you guys all have a great night. Lady, as always, thank you for your help. I hope you guys all have a great night tonight. Today's Tuesday, right? And remember what I said, try to be kind to each other. Try to do something nice for someone and make someone smile. Hope you guys all have a great night. Big ups to all the yardies, and we'll see you guys mañana.
I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion.